Hi everyone, this is Veronica with So It Seems, and welcome to my studio. I had recorded this section a few days earlier, but my audio was very messed up. So we're going to try again and share with you what I'm going to be working on. One of the things that has concerned me lately is the fact that it's been so busy here with different things family related that I haven't been really focusing on my business things. Now I have a planner in which I put all of my business things in and sewing projects, but I have found that when I get overwhelmed or over busy that I don't even actually open the planner. So all those plans for writing things down just kind of goes up in smoke because I'm not actually looking at the plan. What I need is something that is more visual, that is constantly out, that will let me know what I should be working on, kind of trigger my memory, and being able to track how far I am on something and whether I have the room to be able to move to something else or if I should be focusing on work for that day. So I need to come up with some kind of ideas there. But first, before I can do any of that, I have to clean the studio. And so I'm going to show you a video of the studio mess before and then after, just being able to clear the clutter so that I can concentrate and think. I'm going to start with what is behind me when you're watching my video. This is my ironing station. I have knitting needles out because I was trying to find something. I'm also in the process of getting ready for an embroidery class, so I have towels here that need to be pressed. Here are the towels that have already been pressed, a bag from that. Then we come around, I have my door open because it's so nice out, but we have back here a knitting bag because I was working on a project. And here is my table. My table is a bit cluttered with a bunch of just different things, things that I'm in the process of working on and that I just need to get cleared away. Let's see, over here, an old coffee cup. I have water heating for a fresh coffee cup. And then some calendars and a poster board. This is a bag of strips for bookcase quilts, but it's starting to just get things cluttered. Paper bag, that might be empty. It's another knitting bag, and this is a bag for things that I'm going to be taking to an embroidery class. Here's the space after taking about 15 to 20 minutes to clean. I still have those towels there because I do need to press them. Plastic bag is to collect the towels, and there they are, the ones that have been pressed. So those will stay there until the project's done. But here's the table, and you can see it's a lot cleaner. I have a fresh cup of coffee in there. I washed that mug out and made a new one. This pile here is a pile that needs to stay because it deals with a project I am working on right now, and I need to have that there. But here is my new setup for whiteboard. It's the calendar is a whiteboard, and the other thing is a poster board. I'm going to go through how I'm planning on using that. But then coming over here, I've cleaned up everything except for my bag of strips for bookcases. This is a bag for the embroidery class that I'll be teaching tomorrow. This is now the setup that I have for planning and tracking my projects. You can see it's at the end of my table. My table's pretty wide, so it's not in the way at all. But let me get a closer view and show you kind of the breakdown of how I'm doing this planning. Okay, let me go through the process of what I've done for planning with my projects and scheduling for the month. We're going to work on August. since we're still kind of at the beginning part of August. We're almost halfway, but not quite. And I still have a lot to do. The first thing I did was list projects. Now, it's not a long list, but these are the current ones that I'm working on and about to work on. And so I have the list here and I've made space, and then I color coded them with some post-it notes that I have, and they kind of match with a dry erase marker that I will talk to you about later. But each of these projects I've assigned a color. Even though this order is 3 bookcase quilts, it's for one customer, and I'm kind of working on all 3 at one time. So I've just lumped them together for this particular project. And then I got Dear Jane. This is an ongoing one, but I do want to schedule it in because I'm also doing the videos for them. So it's good to be able to have that planned in so that I can work on it. And it keeps it there in front of my eyes. So that's the list of what I'm working on. And then once I have that list, then I can start planning out the calendar. Now, this is a dry erase calendar that I had, but I tried to, as close as I could, match the marker with the little tabs that you saw earlier. It doesn't work perfectly because these are markers we've had for a while, so my yellow doesn't show up, but I have a line for that, and I had to write it in brown. But you can see I don't have anything detailed on this. This is more just plotting it out so I can look at a day and say, like if I look here, on the 14th, this is Monday, I have 2 things scheduled to work on. Bookcase quilts and the chest vortex. It doesn't tell me what I'm going to be doing, but it tells me what I should be focusing on. So I have that throughout the month. I've also added in my video times, so recording for Dear Jane blocks, and then recording and doing a video, just a general video that I do here on the channel. So that is the month overview. Hopefully that won't change a whole lot. It just depends on if something comes up. Such as on the plan, I have a wedding dress alteration. We're just in the talking stages. I haven't met with them, and we'll need to see if it's even something I can do with what they have, and then when they need it and things like that. This will be my progress. So these are the active projects that I'm working on, and this one I've separated out the bookcase quilts. So this way I can see, oh, I've got more things done on these, but I need to look to see why I'm a little bit behind on that. Maybe it's more images that I need to print, or fabric that needs to be cut. And then this one, the chest vortex, I haven't even started that, so that's empty. Dear Jane, that is a long ongoing, so it's just a little bit. I have, I think, 5 videos for that one out of 225. And then the wedding dress alterations, I put that on there so I can visually see that it's there. And that is the basic setup that I have right now for tracking my progress. I haven't tried it yet. I just set it up, but I'm hoping this gives a more visual cue on what I'm working on, what is coming up. Right now, this is only set up for more of the immediate projects. If it works and this is really effective, then I will possibly look at incorporating future projects. But I don't want it to get too muddied. If there's too much information and too many things to look at, then it'll just become noise, and I'll end up blocking all of it out, and then it won't do the job that it needs to do. For each of the projects, This calendar isn't meant, or these trackers or whatever, they're not meant to give me details on what I'm doing. I have my planner, and in my planner, I'm using this bottom row as all my business and anything that happens in the studio. So this is where I would detail for each day what I'm working on for each of those projects. But this way I can look at the calendar, which will be right there in front of me, in front of my station as I'm sewing, and I can see that every day. And then it will be easier for me to say, oh, I should be working on a Dear Jane video. Then I can look at details of what block I'm doing or where I am in the process. For some things, I won't be needing to really write down full details, but it gives me that option. And for some things, like I have embroidery class on there, I don't need to write down any details because that is just a one-time thing, and that's happening tomorrow. So that means that I'm spending today planning for it and then tomorrow actually teaching it. But this will let me see that it's there, and I won't get project amnesia and forget. It's easy to do because I have so many other things that I want to be doing and working on. I love knitting, and I currently have several projects going with knitting, and it's easy to be distracted by my downtime projects instead of focusing on the business and getting those going. I'm excited for this new plan. I think it'll work really well. It'll take away the need to rethink every day of what I need to work on. This can be set up at the beginning of each month, and I most likely won't need to touch it until I'm doing the progress chart. Then I can fill that out daily if I want to, or at the end of the week. The list would change if I finish a project or if I have to add in a new one, and then I can just add in that. Right now it looks a little rough visually just because I'm using materials that I have. I have a big foam core board that I'm using to just tape a couple things on, and then this dry erase calendar that I've had. So those I'm going to be using. We'll see how it works. I might need to change something such as like the progress tracker, because as I finish one project and there are other ones that are still going to be there for a long time, it might be easier in the long run to do something like a dry erase board or one of those chalkboards, not with the traditional chalk, but the chalk markers or something. I don't know. Right now I'm going to see how this works through the rest of August, and then we'll revisit that at the end of the month, see what worked, what didn't work, if anything needs to change, and hopefully make a lot of great progress and great headway in what needs to be done. Because I would love to come back and share with you progress on projects, whereas right now if I did a project update, it'd be just the same as the last video, which shouldn't be happening. I hope this was helpful to you to just see my thought process on how I'm setting up a good way to track and follow my projects. Maybe you'll gain some insight on how you can incorporate that idea for yourself. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below or send me an email at sewitseemscreations@outlook.com. If you like the video, you can like and subscribe. You can also click that notification bell to let you know when I upload a new video, which is hopefully going to be twice a month. We're going to aim for once a month right now, but I'm hoping to increase that also. This has been Veronica Johnson with Sew It Seams, and remember, keep stitching.